Great. So, what do you think people avoid when it comes to bowel cancer screenings, and how can we break those stigmas?
I guess one of the most obvious one from my point of view when I'm looking at trying to encourage people to take their bowel cancer screening kit is that a lot of people tend to think that because they're not having any bowel problems, they're not having any symptoms, they don't need to do the kit, I'm fine. And that kind of goes with how we are as individuals when we're feeling pain or when we're in some kind of distress. We're always looking on Google to see what we can do about it. We're always looking for some kind of medicine. But when we're not experiencing any kind of pain or any kind of symptoms, then we kind of think, there's nothing wrong with it.
I remember my mother saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of quite true in some ways, isn't it, really? And that, I guess it's a bit of naivety in that sense. But I guess what people need to understand is that the screening programme, any screening programme, is for people that are generally fit, healthy and well.
Without symptoms.
Exactly, and that's the whole point of the screening programme. It's for the population who are healthy, who are well. Obviously, those that are having symptoms, then they need to go and see the GP and get a faster diagnosis. But through the screening programme, the aim is for those healthy and fit people, and people fail to understand that. I'm not completely surprised that they seem to think that something's there when they need it. In this instance, it's the complete opposite. Really, it is.
Sometimes it's just that sort of not having that awareness as well of what the kit is, what it means. And again, that's one of the roles of Answer Cancer is to sort of get out into communities, to make people aware of the importance and how important it is. I've spoken to many people in communities who will tell me that, I received that, but I wasn't quite sure what it was about. I felt healthy and fit and everything, so I just disregarded it. So it's just trying to highlight how important it is to actually get the kit, send it back. And there's numerous cases of people that I have met in person who have told me that their bowel cancer diagnosis was picked up just because they did the bowel cancer screening kit. So that just highlights that it's so important for you to, once you receive the kit, to get it completed and sent back.
Yeah, you'll be surprised really with how low uptake is in some areas, particularly in Manchester. There's some neighbourhoods and communities where uptake it can be as low as 30%, and we compare that to other areas that are up to 70-80%. There's a massive difference.
Do you know if these are within the Muslim community this is happening?
Possibly.
So we're talking areas like Longside, Cheetham Hill, Moss Side, all of these kinds of areas with large Muslim populations. Yeah,
you're absolutely correct. So those low uptake areas such as Longside, Ardwick, Rusholme, Moss Side, Hume, up in Cheetham, around those areas, have one of the lowest uptake rates, not just in Manchester but possibly across Greater Manchester as well. And there's various reasons for that, and through working with Answer Cancer and through other community partners, there's such a need to get those messages out there because people simply just don't recognise that there is some kind of health screening programme that's available through the NHS, and through that lack of awareness, that's why it makes it so important that we have to go out there and speak to people and try and target community groups and get that information out there, because it's not right that some areas of Manchester, maybe 4 or 5 miles away, they have an uptake of 70-80%, and in some of these other particularly central Manchester areas where, as I said, it shouldn't be as low as 30%. Making those improvements is essential.
Definitely, and just to add, sort of Answer Cancer have got a YouTube channel, and on there are a number of NHS videos in various languages which explain what the kit is and how to use it, etc. So if you go onto YouTube, Answer Cancer, from there you will find the bowel cancer screening NHS videos in various languages. So that's a support for people who might not fully be able to read the letter or understand what the kit is. Is it correct that, Johnson, you can actually request to have the letter in a different language as well once you receive the kit?
Yeah, there are translation letters available and leaflets as well. So a lot of those is available online that people can access. But we find that videos are usually the best way forward. We understand that some people struggle to even read and write their own language. So to have a video, especially these anti-cancer videos that have been developed by a community group called ASDOC. So it's a group of GPs that deliver these videos. They're very detailed and informative. As Ghazala was saying, I think they're available in maybe 9 different languages or maybe more. So they're a really useful way of getting some really good, clear information, and not just about the bowel cancer itself, but how to complete the kit. And obviously the full pathway as well, because a lot of the times when we're promoting the bowel cancer screening programme, especially from a national point of view, because it is a national screening programme, I think last year over 6 million people were actually sent one of these kits, and out of the 6 million, just over 4 million people actually returned the kit. So you can see that it's popular across the country, and there's no reason why certain communities in Manchester shouldn't be taking part. But the kit, as I said, it's come leaps and bounds over the last few years. Years and years ago, you had to have a sample on 3 consecutive days, and the test kit was made out of cardboard, and it was absolutely horrendous. Whereas now this new
really
and simple, it's so much easier too. And we've seen a massive increase just with the new kit, so it's actually increased uptake by about 7%, which is brilliant across the whole of England. But yeah, for Manchester, we definitely need to try and get those uptake rates as high as we can.
And I think there's pockets of work going on in various communities to again raise that awareness of the importance of getting that kit back.
Yeah, but it's not just specific communities as well. We know of specific groups that have a low uptake to the bowel cancer screening programme. So we know that men don't complete the kit as much as women. We also know that men are more likely to be diagnosed with bowel cancer as well. We also find that areas of socially deprived areas have a lower uptake to the bowel cancer screening programme. And again, we're seeing more bowel cancer being found in those socially deprived areas as well. And we've mentioned about ethnically diverse communities as well. Again, uptake is low there, and we've made a lot of steps to increase that through awareness programmes. And other low uptake groups, I guess, maybe people with learning disabilities, for example, they may struggle to understand the screening programme, how to complete the kit. So we've been making steps by working with GPs to develop a project where we're supporting people with learning disabilities a bit better by sending them easy read materials, the videos, pictorial images, for example, that can help them complete the kit a bit better.
I think there's also a simplified, is it called the Easy Kit?
The Fit Aid.
The Fit Aid, sorry. Which is for people who I think possibly partially blind.
That's right, yeah. So they're for people that are blind or partially blind, and the kit's slightly adapted. So it just makes it easier for them to fiddle around with it. And obviously in terms of instructions, we do have an audio CD, for example, that we can send to the blind or partially blind patient. And obviously there's lots of devices out there that can help read text out loud as well through voice that can also give them instructions on how to complete the kit.
Okay.